What's going on, my fellow troops? My name is Xavvo and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to be giving you guys the best Pulemyot 7.62 LMG class in Modern Warfare 3. So before we get into this, I'm going to just quickly drop down below the timestamp to the class setup so you guys can just jump in and get the class setup and the attachments without, looking at the gameplay if that's who you are. So timestamp will be here. And so yeah, but with that being said, let's get into the gameplay. Playlist filter. Okay, so hang on. You know what? Let's just run Meat 24/7. I know I keep playing this map an awful lot, but I really do like playing on Meat. That sounds so sus. Like, I don't know why the hell they call the map Meat, because then whenever you say I like playing on Meat, it just sounds really sus. Yeah, I actually really like playing on this map because it acts as a replacement for shipment very nicely. What the hell? We've got like a little icon down there that's telling me my tactical sprint refresh or something. I think that's new. That wasn't there before. I'm going to show you right now. Like, this thing... This shit's a killer. Normally, I'm not one to make LMG classes because if you looked back at my older videos where I did class setups, I didn't really cover LMGs, apart from Cold War Zombies, obviously, for Cold War. I've never really made LMGs, or I've never been, very good at covering guns or staying focused on trying to cover every gun, because my instinct in the past was just to cover whichever guns I could be bothered doing, which were like the popular ones, like the MP5 and whatever it might have been at the time, like the Growl or whatever else I covered back in the day. Actually, they didn't update the game. I just realized the reason that's down there is because I'm an idiot in not realizing that that's down there because I've optimized the class with all these boots and gloves properly, so now it's going to show me a tactical sprint refresh. Where the fuck? I've noticed on a lot of my class setups, and I mean, it could be anything. It literally could just be that I'm a complete twat in how I made my other class setups. That it could actually possibly be just like, if you guys don't know the lore from my channel, I used to actually get a bunch of guys, just some knobheads, that would try and like dislike spam all my content. And I mean, at the time, it's kind of warranted because my content was proper cringe. Even just like 3 years ago, I look back at some of my content and think, oh man, I really could have done better there, conducted myself better, or edited my videos better. But at the end of the day, I am where I am today because of those videos. And I still put a lot of my effort and love into those videos. So, I try to look at it from that perspective. But back then, I used to get so much like unwarranted hate from these guys. You just didn't like me. You kind of knew me in my personal life. And so I sometimes think maybe it could be just them getting a little bit, I don't want to say jealous, but it is a bit of an envious thing people tend to do. When some of your videos perform better, they will try and like make it perform worse on purpose by bombing the video with a bunch of dislikes or just whatever, like reducing the watch time. So I feel like because they are still around here and then, it could be that. Maybe it's just because they saw this video's got like a few hundred views on them, so they just decided, let's try and bomb these videos with some dislikes. It could be that. Or it's that you guys, a lot of you guys who've come from the public search bar just didn't like the class setup. Either way, I am really eager to know your guys' feedback, actually, because I feel like I don't get enough feedback, and that actually really bugs me as a creator, because as a creator, I actually want to know what I'm doing wrong, because YouTube isn't just, as much as I want it to just be this playground where you just have fun and mess around, it doesn't really operate that way. YouTube is essentially a business. The moment you basically start monetizing your shit, it becomes a business. There's no doubt in that. Even if you say you're not making much out of it, you're still monetizing it, which makes it some form of entrepreneurship in a way, because you've turned it into an actual product in a sense. Like, people watch the content and they stay through, the revenue pays you, and all that good stuff. So essentially, I want to know what I can do better to create a better product for you guys with my videos, And so it helped me out if you guys drop me down below some feedback. Like, what do you not like about the videos? Is it the camera going in and out of focus or something? Does that annoy you? Maybe it's your attention span's lower, so I need to start like doing something about that to combat the attention span problems. But I feel like nowadays, if you don't jump into the content in the first 10 seconds, some people's brain actually goes into overdrive. It's crazy just how bad TikTok has fucked everybody's brains over, completely skewed them, because back in the day, you had like these huge creators, like notable names in the content creation space, who were dropping like 30-minute to 1-hour gameplays, and we're talking like horror games. It could have been Call of Duty montages that were like 10 minutes. They weren't like these 3-minute modern day montages which have like over dramatic editing and time remapping and all these glows and shit. They would have just been like a montage, like just a compilation of best plays and stuff like that. And people watch that shit. And now people can't even bear watching through a TikTok or a short that's 1 minute. Like, it's that bad. Some people actually need Subway Surfer gameplay right down the side of their TikTok to actually stay invested, even if it's not even that long. It's because it's too informative or boring. So, you know, I actually want to know if you guys fall into that category. Are you guys who are sub to me at least? Are you guys not one of those brain-rotted people? Can you watch at least 5 to 10 minutes or longer without, you know, losing your chromies? Maybe it's that I should, you know, invest into a better microphone, because this microphone, obviously, it's not going to sound good when I've got a mic that's trying to pick my voice up and I'm muffled my voice because of, you know, a mask. That's understandable, because when I've actually done voiceovers and shit, it actually sounds a lot better, a lot more clear and crisp. This mic was around 100 quid. In dollars, I'd say probably 120 maybe. So it's quite a hefty price for a microphone. It's good quality, and I did invest into that about a year ago or so. But at the end of the day, like, I do know there's better mics. There's definitely better mics out there that I could invest into. And maybe it's the camera. I do know, like, something as simple as the position of the camera and the quality and the audio quality can actually make such a huge difference in who watches the videos. It's insane. So I do want to hear you guys's, your guys's, however you want to say it. I want to hear your feedback. It could literally be that I just rant too much and I don't enjoy the game, or just, you know, try and be positive. I know some people hate the super preachy positive shit. Like, I personally am quite opposed to it, just because it feels like fabricated and a bit cringe. Like, you know, the kind of people who call people tater haters or some shit. Like, I don't know, like, you know, really corny words like that because someone said poo-poo video in the comment section. Like, there's some people who are just, yeah, like, I do agree. But I feel like oftentimes I do notice myself in my own videos that I do swear a lot. I mean, that might not be the issue particularly, but it's just the tonality. Like, I just sound a bit, like, aggressive or a bit put off or not invested or miserable. And I can assure you, like, I am very invested in, you know, the latest Call of Duty game. I do like to play them and make content on them, but maybe that doesn't come off in the way that I talk and behave. Maybe it's hard to tell because of the fact that part of my facial expressions are literally, like, you know, obscured by the mask and hat. I mean, the hat probably ain't doing much. I don't know what, you know, expressions you're going to see in my ears. I mean, I don't know, some people can work them ears, though, like Mr. Bean. If there's something that's obviously been on your mind and it seems like a bit of an arsey, nitpicky thing, don't worry, I really don't give a shit. Just tell me, and I'll probably just change it. Obviously, I can't do much to change the mask and hat thing, because that would literally involve me face revealing at this point, and I'm not face revealing until 5K, guys. That's the deal. That's the deal we made, guys, on that goddamn community poll. I mean, I could change up the appearance for next year. So 2024, I get a new mask and a new hat, or start wearing my other hats and not the beanie anymore and just change the mask. It could be anything. I mean, literally, there is so many just unique ways of looking at content and, like, what could switch people off. It's so fucking... It's interesting. It is interesting. I'm not having much luck here, am I? Holy fuck. The game's trying to spike me the fuck out. And I've got these guys just... Jesus Christ. Okay, but we still won. And on meat we came with 31 kills. So actually, these guys were only 3 kills higher above me. So if I'd gotten just 4 more kills, I would have been second. So for an LMG on a small-ass map, I think that actually did a really good job. And I'm not just trying to, like, waffle to get you guys to be convinced that it's a good class. Like, this is definitely a very good class. There might be some people who disagree with some of my attachments, and that's understandable. But I personally think that this is the best class for this gun, because LMGs at the end of the day aren't exactly that great. They do have their downsides, but personally, I still think this is a very fun LMG to do. Let's just get into the class setup. So first things first, you are going to have the Pulemyot, of course, for your primary. Now, I want to just make this very clear that, yes, these attachments are very important. So really, this is a class setup and not just a class. I've noticed that people call things a class when it's about one gun, but we're going to do a whole class setup here. So essentially, essentially what we're running is a stim, then the drill charge, then I'm running the fill upgrade, which is the DDoS. You know, you can change that up if you want to. For gloves, I'm running the assault gloves. The reason being is that it's going to increase your accuracy whilst jumping, and time to ADS is improved. And you're going to notice with LMGs, because they're heavy and slow, that is something you're really going to want. You're really going to want that. So those gloves are going to really help improve that. Then we've got the running sneakers. Now, hear me out. You're probably thinking, why am I running sneakers and not using lightweight boots? Here's the catch. Because we are running infantry vest, essentially, by running infantry vest and using running sneakers, as you can see, if equipped with running sneakers, I gain the effects of lightweight boots as well. So if I was just running lightweight boots, I just get lightweight boots, and the infantry vest, as it says, you can't have stacking effects. So if I had 2 stacks of improvements for lightweight boots, it wouldn't count. It just basically, it doesn't stack duplicate effects. So in using the running sneakers, I also get the effects of lightweight boots because of the fact that I'm running infantry vest. So guys, run infantry vest for this. I can imagine most of you probably already will be, but if you're not, switch this out. And if you're not using infantry vest and you don't want to use infantry vest, then switch the running sneakers just to lightweight boots. That's the best way of going about this, but I get 2 effects out of using these sneakers. Yeah, of course, I've got to mention that running sneakers are very useful for LMGs because they increase attack sprint duration and reduces your refresh time for that. So that's great. And finally, for the gear, we are running the mag holster. As you can already see, that improves reload speed, and reload speeds are pretty damn slow on the LMGs. So now let's get to the actual Pulemyot class. So first things first, I'm actually running the barrel, which is the Sate Pyro, or ST Pyro Heavy Barrel. This is going to give you a huge increase to your bullet velocity and range. It's going to help you control the recoil and the aiming stability and gun kit control. With these other ones, they are taking a lot off of your mobility and don't really give much of a benefit to recoil, and recoil is something we want to really crush on this gun because it does have a tendency to fly up the screen quite a bit. Next, we're running the laser, which is the FSS All-V laser, to further improve that ADS and sprint to fire speed. They're the main things I was looking at there for that. Then I'm running the underbarrel, which is the Bruin Pivot Vertical Grip. That also does a great job of bringing down the vertical recoil, so that is very, very important. And don't worry about horizontal recoil. Even though it says it's in the cons, it doesn't affect the horizontal recoil. There is no horizontal recoil on this gun. Next, we are running the rear grip, and this is the Demo TL20 recoil grip for further recoil control. And finally, we are running an optic. I personally do quite like the simple, clean iron sight. It's quite flat and nice, but at longer ranges, it just isn't useful to see people. So I'm running this optic, which is the XRK on-point optic for just more precise vision at longer ranges or medium range, just so you can get that little dart, you know, reticle to see people a bit better. Now, the reason I also want to take a minute to just talk about the magazines is because I can already see the comments coming in. Why am I not using a magazine? Well, let me explain. So when you're running default, you actually get 200 rounds in total, or 200 ammo in total, because you have 100 in your reserve and 100 in the rounds. However, if you're running 70 round belt, yes, you do get slightly more ammo by doing this because you get 225. Now, I've compared the 75 round belt to having no magazine, and the only difference you'll notice in reload speed is that it's like half a second difference. So yes, you could use this, but that would mean taking off other attachments. So that's why I'm not running that. And as for these ones, you're really not going to need that much ammo in one life, and it is really going to hinder your reload time and your ADS and your sprint to fire time. That's why I don't think using the belts are a great idea, or using any more numbers of rounds. But if you want to debate me on that, you can, of course. Maybe some people out there would prefer more rounds because they're not playing aggressive, but because I play aggressive, it's very important that we don't hinder those particular aspects of the gun, like ADS and sprint to fire. So that is the class setup. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to smash a like on the video. It goes such a long way in helping me out, and it lets me know that you guys enjoy the videos so I can keep creating more. Also helps it out in the algorithm. Be sure to check out the other playlists and socials down below. That includes the Discord. If you're not getting notified for videos on YouTube, you can get notified via Discord, and you can leave suggestions in there if you so wish, even though the suggestions tab has turned into somewhat of a general chat at this point. We've got Big Man Nori. This is a call out to you, Nori. You've been abusing the suggestions chat. But, no, all love to you, Nori, or Vex. It's great to have you around. But generally, Discord is very good for that sort of stuff, guys. So, yeah, be sure to check everything else down below. God, I can't fucking speak. But, yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.